Today, I'd like to take you on a short journey through the history of Tibetan art. When we talk about Tibetan art, we often think of thangkas, monasteries, or Buddhist imagery. But Tibetan art is far older and far broader than that. In fact, recent archaeological discoveries suggest that the Tibetan Plateau may be one of the earliest places on Earth where humans created art at all. In 2021, archaeologists identified handprints and footprints on the Tibetan Plateau dating back roughly 170,000 to over 220,000 years ago. These marks were likely made intentionally, possibly even by children, and are now considered one of the earliest known examples of parietal or wall-based art. From an art historical perspective, this discovery challenges the long-held idea that art began only in places like Europe or lower altitude regions. It reminds us that the Tibetan Plateau has been part of humanity's creative story from the very beginning. So what do we mean by art? Rather than a fixed definition, art can be understood as a cultural practice, one that allows human societies to express belief, memory, emotion, and social order. Art is a way of thinking with the body, with materials, and with symbols. Tibetan art fits within this global understanding, while also developing its own unique forms shaped by high-altitude ecology, nomadic life, and a rich religious environment. Traditionally, Tibetan art can be understood in three interconnected forms: oral, material, and performative. Oral art includes songs, folktales, riddles, and epic storytelling. The most famous example is the Epic of King Geezer, one of the longest epic narratives in the world. These oral traditions are not just entertainment. They are living archives, preserving history, cosmology, and collective memory. Material art includes rock carvings, ritual tools, metalwork, jewelry such as beads, architecture, murals, sculpture, and thangka paintings. Thangkas are especially important. They follow strict proportions, use mineral pigments, and employ highly symbolic colors. In Tibetan culture, a thangka is not simply an image. It is a visual system of knowledge and a ritual object designed to support meditation and understanding. Performative art brings creativity into the body and the community. This includes ritual dances, circle dances, folk music, and Tibetan opera. Tibetan opera, traditionally attributed to the 14th century figure Tangtong Gyalpo, combines storytelling, music, movement, and moral teaching into a powerful communal art form. Historically, Tibetan art developed through several overlapping periods. Before Buddhism, art was closely connected to shamanic and Bon practices, visible in animal rock carvings and ritual objects like the phurba. With the introduction of Buddhism during the Tibetan Empire in the 7th to 9th centuries, Tibetan artists began engaging deeply with Indian and Nepalese styles. Later, during the Buddhist Renaissance from the 11th to 14th centuries, new artistic sophistication emerged, especially in sculpture and thangka painting. From the 15th century onward, greater institutional organization led to more standardized and monumental artistic forms. In the modern era, Tibetan art experienced a profound rupture due to political upheaval, destruction, and exile. Yet it did not disappear. Instead, it transformed. Contemporary Tibetan artists, especially in the diaspora, continue to draw on traditional symbols while engaging with global artistic languages. Artists like Tenzing Rigdal show us that Tibetan art is not frozen in the past. It is alive, reflective, and still generating new meanings. Tibetan art, then, is not only a regional or religious tradition. It is part of the shared human story of creativity, stretching from the earliest handprints on stone to the contemporary global art world. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday.